Good afternoon, everyone, and here is a quick trade recap over two trades. I took one trade last night, the overnight swing trade, that I completely missed my exit. In hindsight, right now would have been fine, but I have reasons why I got out late, I got out late, and would have been why I got out when I did. And I'll discuss that here in a moment. The overnight swing trade, and also my 0 DTE SPX trade I did today. And so, just for if you're unaware of what I've been doing, is in the morning I do my plan of attack video, which is basically my plan to trade 0 days to expiration trades or SPX options or ES features options. And if you haven't seen it before, and if you want my bigger picture view before it unfolded, you can check out that video. So the one I recorded this morning, I'll have pop up at the top of your screen right now, and you can check that out and also correlate it to this video as we can see what actually unfolded, if I was right, wrong, things of that nature. So talk about the overnight swing trade. You see 10 minutes after the open, I did put on a 41.30, 41.20 put debit spread for $4. And when I alerted it out to the small account mastery people, I said this is a put debit spread betting that we're going to head down to 41.15 tomorrow, and I'll tell you why that is my target. And obviously position size for max loss, because anything could happen overnight. One position risk $200 for max reward of 300. So well, I'll talk about that trade, but that's why I want to talk about why I was targeting 41.15. But you see, I got in for $4, got out for roughly 30 cents profit. That was roughly a small 10% winner, and I completely missed my exit. And when I talk about this trade breakdown, I'll tell you why and what I could have done better. What can I do to not let it happen again? And I can explain why on both sides. It's just this is the way it unfolded, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And then today I also did a drama-free day trade. I did a 41.45, 41.85 call credit spread for $2.20, and then held on to it all the way through for a while and closed it up for 65%. And the reason for 65%, and I can explain why I got out of that position a little bit earlier than normal as well. Reasons for both, and it's a reason that I have learned. So I'll discuss that in this video, in this trade recap. So all right, first let's talk about the overnight swing trade. So last night, this is my 10-minute chart, and here is I want to zoom in here, my 3-minute chart. Bam. So actually, before I cover that, big picture. I always look at big picture and I forecast how I anticipate today's candle to close. That way I can kind of pick where I want to take my shots. Well, this right here, we rallied up to this 3-month point of control area, right? We pushed up. We have a topping wick candle formation. And then on Friday, we got a dark cloud cover mixed with all of this. What is a dark cloud cover? Let me zoom in here. Dark cloud cover is you get your gap up, and then we sell off. Let me make my pencil or my marker bigger, and I'll change the color. Get our gap up, then we get a sell off, and we closed below 50% of the prior candle's body. So that's a dark cloud recovery, which is usually a topping formation, 2-candle topping formation. So, and then so I saw this candle, so I'm like, okay, pull back. The market was already gapping down, so it was all right. So then I was thinking today had more follow through, and then it hit my target, which is this peak here. And if I move this over here, we see how we hit this level here, basically 4,100 on the ES. So at that point, we'll kind of have to pick our times to enter. So I'll come over here, and now here is my 3-minute chart. Make this a little bigger for you. Okay, so what happened was, so we opened up lower, bam, I did get in a little early, but then we rallied up, and I was gonna have my stop above the prior day's point of control. So if we just blasted right through, I was going to cut it. But I was looking for this to be the line in the sand to hold price lower. So we gap lower, we did rally up a little bit, right up into this resistance level where you see all this price action that occurred, and then we started to just chop around sideways and slowly but surely work our way lower. So why did I target 41.15? And this is something I've been doing for a while, and I haven't heard anyone else talk about it, but I was targeting right here, which is the prior week's weekly VWAP price. So this is where the weekly VWAP closed last week, and then opened up here, which is because the new week started. But here was the closing VWAP price, and you can see how that's where we've kind of been respecting it. Overnight, got a big sell-off, came right down to my first target. Boom, I didn't exit because I was like, well, we'll see what else this market has, because it has obviously been moving all over the place. And then rallied up to point of control. And then I ultimately, I was kind of getting all over the place there. Let me take a step back. All right, target of 41.15 because of the weekly VWAP here. That's why I did the 41.30, 41.20, because if we were going to hit 41.15, 41.20 will be way past that end of the money, and then you can lock up a good reward. But I was wanting it to move lower. Saying that now, we're still right at the short strike, probably would have been a decent winner. And then another thing, as I'm talking about weekly VWAPs, you see here, just draw a line across. You can see we're just been bouncing between both VWAP value areas, kind of. Came down here, boom, came up to this one, stop, and rolling back down, kind of is. This may be the range for the day. But all that being said, that's why I targeted that area. Now, what did I do wrong? I didn't get out here because I wanted the market to open to see what happens. And this market has put in some big moves to the downside, and this whole position was risking only 200 to make 300. So I had a potential of 150% return. So I wanted to hold on to the position, see what else this thing could get going. So I'm planning on holding on to it. And then I missed my exit when we came down here is when I wanted to exit it. And I missed it because I was at the chiropractor on the spinal decompression machine getting stretched apart. And I don't have apparently cell service in that building. And so this entire flush lower, I missed my exit. So that was my fault. What could I have done? I could have had a limit order out to close the position, but like I said, I was aiming for, I wanted a much bigger win. And the wish reward was there. I was right on direction. Everything was looking good. And I missed it. I could have had a limit order out there, hindsight, but like I said, I was going for the big reward. That's why I didn't have a limit order out there, a profit order out. Now, why did I close it? I only closed it for like 10%. So why did I take the small win? Okay, so for one, when price rallied up to here, I did want it to break above the weekly VWAP that I just showed you over here. If it was, that's when I was going to stop out for a small loss if it would have blasted through here, but it didn't. It held. And as we got the sell-off lower down to this zone is where I closed it up for about 10%. And so the reason I locked it up here is because once I miss my exit, I want to get out for near break even or a little winner, just enough to cover it. And the reason for taking that quick one, because right now it looks like it may hold and flush lower and been just fine. Sure. But nothing is to say that because it hit it here, flush it here, hardcore reversal, we consolidate a little bit, and for all I know, the day's not over yet. We're going to blast higher. Whenever I miss my initial plan, I look to just get out of the way and just not let it happen again. That's why I was okay with the small winner instead of holding on to it and things like that. So that's my reason. Chiropractor appointment, no cell service, missed my exit here, held on for the rally. I did say if it's going to break above weekly VWAP, I'm going to close it out. Got a little flush lower, small winner. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that next time, but that's the reason on that one. But just for a quick recap as well, the reason I targeted 41.15 was simply because this was the prior week's VWAP. So on the daily chart, there was, I want to put dark cloud cover, daily candlestick formation, gap down, looking for price to come down to at least the prior VWAP value, which is what occurred. So that was the trade. Some mistakes along the way, but it is what it is, and I am human. All right, so next, what happened today? What did I do today? I did, for now, the drama-free day trade, the one I got at 65%. You can see I got in about 13 minutes after the open. And the setup I was playing there is, if we watch the plan of attack, I talk about shorting a rally. Actually, I screenshotted it at time of entry, so let me get that up. Okay, so this was forming here, just oscillating near point of control. But where I entered the position, let me see what this one was looking like here too. Okay, so there's two things I was looking at. Let me make this bigger. So as price popped up and then started to fall back below the daily point of control, that was one, we'll say, check in the box for me wanting to get ready to get short. And then the next thing was this, is what I was watching as well. As I said, short the rally in the daily plan of attack. You can see how we're stalling right here at the daily 5 EMA. And then, so yeah, rally to the 5 EMA. We're pushing up. We pushed through VWAP near the hourly 6 EMA, started to get sell signals, got the dots and arrows on this side. So you see dots and arrows right here against these key moving averages, and an area I was looking for price to go lower again. So all that being said, that's where I entered that trade. This is what it looked like at time of entry. So this was my rally to get short. And then this is what it looks like here. So this is what happened here. So I also, if you're unaware of the drama free method, is basically you can set your trade in, you place your stop, and you could basically not look at it if you didn't want to. But that's up to you on how aggressive you want it to be. But I got into position here. So about right here, and we did get a little bit of a rally as it was working against me some. Got the flush lower. So this big flush lower is when I'm at the chiropractor. So I nearly missed this exit here. So then I'm holding through this rally up here, which is fine. Yeah, then it went right up to point of control because this is, far out of the money wide. The premium decay is just burning on it. And then all I did was get this little pullback here, flush it all the way back down, and then I got out at 65 cents right before here. So if I would have held on to it as it went sideways, you can see I still got out for 20 cents, and it really hasn't gone anywhere since I've done it. Right, it's just gone this way. So that's the beauty of this type of trade setup. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It was a short the rally setup. I shorted the rally. This looks like it's getting ready to pop to the upside, so I'm glad I'm out of my short positions. But yeah, quick recap. Rallied up into key moving averages. Got my dots and arrows here. Started to rotate here. Threw on an out of the money call credit spread and let that premium and theta decay work in my favor. But like I said, this one, the reason I didn't have an order to get out of this while I was at the chiropractor, this one, which is really unfortunate, is brokers don't allow you to do OCO orders on spreads, which is kind of annoying. I believe Thinkorswim does, but Tastyworks doesn't. So I'm allowed to only have one order in, and I have a stop loss in, which is 3 times the credit received, right? So I have my stop loss all the way up here. So I'd rather have a stop loss order out than a profit order out, because theoretically all I need is a stop loss and just let the time work, and then eventually may actually let the theta decay happen, and then it'll be lower. But that being said, since I can't do a one cancel the other, I only had a stop loss order out, so I missed this exit as it flushed down this first time. Had to sit through this rally, which is fine. It didn't trigger my stop loss, like it's still all the way up here. And then got the little pullback to sideways, and you see it all played out in the end. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully this makes sense. But that was the overnight swing trade. A few mistakes along the way, kind of annoying, but it happens. This is my drone-free day trade that I did. That played out, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. As of right now, I'm only long Caterpillar, up about 25% scaled out of it. And we'll see what happens there. But everyone have an awesome rest of your day. Let me know what you think of this video. But yeah, let me know if you took any trades based off the Planet Tech as well. Have an awesome day, everybody, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Take care.